A recent lawsuit claims some Americans were lured to Mexico for weight loss surgeries that turned out to be dangerous or even life-threatening. 4 people from Arizona are suing 3 doctors in Mexico who performed surgeries. Their suit also names companies in the U.S. which they claim arranged for the surgeries and referred the patients to those doctors. Anna Werner went to Mexico for this investigation. Anna, good morning.
Good morning, Norah. Experts say many people can benefit enormously from those weight loss surgeries, improving not only their weight but overall health. But a gastric sleeve or lap band surgery can cost as much as $20,000. And what if your insurance plan won't cover it? One New Mexico woman told us her story of a trip south of the border she now regrets.
I've been overweight since I was 16.
Diana Thomas struggled with her weight for decades, at one point reaching 290 pounds.
My weight was killing me. I needed to do something about it.
Her doctor suggested gastric sleeve surgery, a procedure where a surgeon removes some 80% of the stomach. People eat less and lose weight, but it can cost up to $20,000 in the U.S., and Thomas's work insurance didn't cover it. Then she found an online company, Weight Loss Agents, offering to help people get the procedure in Tijuana for $5,000 with a doctor named Mario Almanza. She says she and her husband did their research.
We were comfortable in the fact with what we knew. It's what we didn't know that would have stopped me altogether.
What she didn't know, that some patients who've gone to Mexico have suffered serious consequences, says Dr. Samer Matar, who heads an American bariatric surgeons group.
And they're attracted there because of deep discounts to have these operations over there. Unfortunately, some of them come back with complications that we have to take care of.
I was dying. I felt like I was dying.
6 days after surgery, back in the U.S., she wound up in an emergency room where doctors found she had a hole, a leak in her gastric sleeve, and a life-threatening infection. They called her family to her bedside.
Were you frightened? I was scared to death. And I just hoped that they would make it in time so I could tell them I loved them and give my last hug.
Thomas did not sue Dr. Almanza, but 4 Arizona residents have now filed a class action lawsuit against Dr. Almanza, 2 other Mexico-based doctors, and associated U.S. companies, accusing them of fraud and saying they concealed the risks and dangers associated with having bariatric surgeries done in Tijuana. Weight Loss Agents is not named in the lawsuit.
We wanted to know what Dr. Almanza had to say. He agreed to speak with us, so we're headed to Tijuana.
We met him at his new facility, this nondescript white building.
This is where you do the surgery?
In my surgery room.
Inside, he showed us around.
How many surgeries in a day?
Is variable.
He says he does between 5 and 10 surgeries a day. And we met patients like Arizona's Doug Taylor and his wife Joy. They both had the surgery after doctors in the U.S. told Joy she wasn't heavy enough to qualify.
And what did you think of that?
I thought, why? You know, I want it done. Why can't I have it done?
They paid roughly $3,600 apiece.
We found out about this place, and we just said, let's go for it.
Dr. Almanza told us he's a credentialed surgeon with a complication rate of less than 2%.
My work is professional.
Were the surgeries done correctly?
Yeah, todas las cirugías están bien hechas.
All of the surgeries are done well before this, he told us. We have processes and we don't jump steps. And what of the lawsuit? He claims a former employee tried to blackmail him, then offered some of his former patients $500 apiece to complain about him. There was a campaign in opposition of me to take away my prestige, he told us. But we also found 2 families who say their loved ones died after surgeries by Dr. Almanza. Their deaths also referenced in that lawsuit. It could have been made up by the patients, Dr. Almanza told us. He says he hasn't seen death certificates to prove they died from his surgeries. And what about Diana Thomas? He claims she too was bribed. Thomas says it's ridiculous. $500, she says, wouldn't have made a dent in her $300,000 in medical bills, bills that forced her to declare bankruptcy.
My whole purpose for this is to bring awareness to what can happen. I want him stopped, because it's not just me.
Now, Weight Loss Agents says it has no legal ties to Dr. Almanz's medical practice, but helps with scheduling, transportation, and other services. It says safe treatment is its paramount goal, and it warns customers of possible risks. Another doctor named in the lawsuit told us having surgery in Mexico is a good thing because some people are desperate and can't afford it here in the U.S.
Sounds like one of those stories, though, you get what you pay for. People always say, if it sounds, your mom would say that, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But I'm surprised that he talked to you, Anna, knowing what you were going to be talking to him about, the doctor.
He actually was willing to talk to us about all the allegations against him. He answered them the way you heard. He has maintained for a while now that there was this blackmail scheme. But for instance, Diana Thomas says the $500 bribe allegation is ludicrous. You know, she went bankrupt because of her bills because the insurance companies won't pay.
And he seems to have had some success, too, but it's still a very dicey situation.
Yeah,
Right.
the lesson is research.
Yes.
Research.
Yeah.
Really
Glad Diana Thomas is okay.
Yeah.
Better.
Definitely.